So, of course, women advocating for their rights within the home evokes fear, but so does women in the streets advocating for the rights of workers. And we talked a little bit already, or you did, about the ILGWU and the Amalgamated, but there were several women who were involved in more radical organizing efforts: socialists, communists, the International Workers of the World, the IWW. Could you tell us a bit about those women?
Well, yes, and in a way the connection is not far apart. So, really in every case, there's a great fear of women moving out of their traditional roles, whether it's moving out by refusing to mother or moving out, as Charlotte Perkins Gilman did, by extending the boundaries of the home. There are a large number of socialist, and sometimes not members of the Socialist Party, but socialist, trade unionist kinds of women who really believe strongly that women don't belong and should not be confined to the home. Among these, of course, are the people who are active in the Industrial Workers of the World. So the IWW is founded in 1905, and it's founded in direct response to the AFL's desire basically to organize skilled workers. The IWW, we call it a syndicalist movement because it's interested in not so much organizing workers as introducing workers to the idea that everybody, men and women, should have the capacity to control their own work lives. So the IWW, and it's both its strength and its weakness, does not enroll members in it. It doesn't charge dues for its membership. It goes to wherever it goes and conducts its activities, usually a strike or an action of some kind, and then disappears. Well, of course, active in this movement are people who had been formerly labor union people, and people like Elizabeth Gurley Flynn is my favorite example, who came from a rebellious Irish family, might well have become a labor movement activist, but was attracted to the IWW because it gave room and scope for a woman to speak as she wished, to organize, to travel alone or in the company of other men, very unusual in those days. And of course, Elizabeth Gurley Flynn then goes on to a career of radicalism, becomes one of America's both beloved and hated radicals at the same time. And then there are more traditional labor union people. I'm thinking now of Leonora O'Reilly, who we mentioned before, who comes through her own little piece of the labor movement, joins the Women's Trade Union League, and then discovers that it isn't quite, it's not enough for her. She needs to move beyond it and becomes an outspoken voice within the trade union movement, but for women's activities. And there are some, we could go a step further and talk about the socialists who reject the labor movement as it stands altogether and decide that their effort is to create a more egalitarian society in general, a society where the means of production are controlled by the workers, and this firm belief that that will provide women with a better voice and a better place from which to act. And many of them are active suffragists because they believe that the way to get there is through giving women the vote. So there are a variety of women. I'm thinking there, of course, of Ella Reeve Bloor, for example, or a little later, Kate Richards O'Hare, both of whom come out of the Midwest and who, are both pro-suffragists, pro-suffrage activists, and dedicated and committed socialists.